Alright, so what's going on, everybody? JA News, salute to you for tuning in. So we had a lot of activity going down today via the SNKRS app, including the big release, which insiders have now been speculating on for weeks now. So as far as the drop, it did go down, and for once we got to give Nike props for handling this release the right way. So we're going to be recapping the big Jordan 4 SB Navy shock drop. You're watching JA News. Let's go ahead and kick things off with some quick updates. So I know everybody's excited about the big shock drop, but let's not forget, we also saw Nike release some other great pairs today via the SNKRS app, including the new Nigo and Air Jordan 3s, which come from the For the Love collection, which we saw released alongside a pair of Air Force 1s, Air Max 95s, but out of the pack, to my knowledge, I believe the 3s were the only pair that we saw hit the SNKRS app. So I would guess that that would be the marquee release of the pack. Now, as far as these 3s, I've heard nothing but great things from people that actually picked these up. Big salute to my man, Mr. Bread and Butter. If you guys are unfamiliar with him, he does great, genuine sneaker reviews over on his channel, so make sure you guys go ahead and check him out, which he had nothing but great things to say about this sneaker, which I feel like, as far as Nigo and Air, sneakerheads feel like they're kind of getting like a luxury type of feel from this shoe. So I feel like there's a great take on the classic Jordan 3s. Not too much to say about these. We did see these sell out, apparently around 11,000 pairs loaded up to the app, but as we all know, for everything that could have been maybe left over, or if they held back any pairs, you already know them joints are going directly to the GOAT app. Now, we also saw Nike hit us with a nice little release celebrating Jackie Robinson Day. So he got his own very own Nike Cortez, which throughout the years we've seen Nike hit us with these various Jackie Robinson themed sneakers, which pay homage to the baseball legend who broke down several barriers, you know, back in his day. He got the good 42 representing his jersey number featured on the back of this classic Nike sneaker. On top of the shoes, we also saw Nike release a Jackie Robinson apparel collection with a couple of little items and everything like that. And as far as this drop, this was extremely limited. According to Eldon monitors, roughly like around less than 4,000 pairs actually loaded up to the app. So big salute to everybody that had success on those two pairs. Very limited drops via the SNKRS app, but of course, stay tuned. We're gonna get into today's big shock drop now. We also got a first look here at the upcoming Jordan 4 Cavestone. Now, these pictures do come courtesy of an account which kind of has a little bit of a suspect reputation, but because Z Sneakerheads did repost it, we're gonna just go ahead and run with it. So as far as the on-feet looks, this is a cool little update. We did get the first look of these a couple of weeks back. This is a Jordan 4, which draws a lot of comparisons to a Jordan 4 Friends and Family from Travis Scott, which we saw surface years back, all the way down to the colorway and everything like that. So let's go ahead and check out the Travis Scott joints, which are beautiful. You got the little hints of red on there. The Cactus Jack, Nike Air on the back really pops. And then of course here you got the Cavestone, which of course you already know, you're gonna have a lot of people saying these are a poor man's version of them Travis Scott joints, but because those never dropped to the public, this will be the next best thing. And according to Z Sneakerheads, a quick little update, he says, FYI, we will be seeing Nike Air a lot more on non-OG Jordan brand collaboration or non-collaboration releases. So that's a cool little touch. What do y'all think about that? For some people, they hold like the Nike Air on the back real sacred. They only want to see it touch the OGs, while for everybody else, they feel like it just adds to the appeal and make some of these non-OG or non-hype collaborations a little bit more enticing. So we'd love to know what y'all think about that. Do y'all prefer Jumpman or Nike Air on the back? And then keeping things moving, before we get into our big story here, we got a look at an update for the Air Force 3 by Nigo. This is his latest collaboration with Nike, which previously we just saw the little promo trailer, which they debuted, I guess it was yesterday. As far as the black pair, those are currently loaded up to the SNKRS app, but there are some questions surrounding the white pair, which was of course featured in the promo. Now, as far as the details on these sneakers, they seem to feature some type of like crocodile skin theme going on, keeping things real simple with the white or black option. So real nice, like paying homage to like the late 80s, 90s radio stations, hip hop stations, stuff like that. Now, as far as the release details, according to Complex, we are gonna actually see these drop coming up here this Saturday, which is the April 19th. Now, this will actually be via Human Made, so via their website, and then we are gonna see a wider SNKRS app release, at least for the black pair, coming up here on the 24th. So both pairs will retail for $150. It looks like the white pair will be exclusive to just this weekend's Human Made Japan release, and then it looks like the black pair, I guess, will be available on a wider scale via the SNKRS app coming up here soon. So let's go ahead and jump here into today's fit of the day, which, by the way, if you guys ever want to be featured here in my favorite segment, it's as simple as just tagging me on your favorite outfit pick over on the gram. That way I can see you pop up right here in this little tag section on my IG profile. Remember, if you DM me or like try to email me these pictures, I'm not gonna see them. You just got to make sure you tag me on the gram. If your profile is private, I'm not gonna see it. So today we got somebody stepping up to the plate here. Now, this is a familiar face we've seen featured. We got our guy Cal Bless Bags, which we've seen him showcase here a few different times on this show. But because nobody's actually stepping up with a new fit pick, we're gonna show our man Cal some more love, showcasing his latest outfit. Now, as far as this fit pick right here, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, my boy looks like he's about to hit that desert. And when I say hit the desert, my boy Cal looking like he's about to hit up Coachella with the good hippie vibes going on. As far as the fit right here, y'all see a good sicko fitted or dad cap. As far as the t-shirt, it looks like he got one of these like vintage inspired tie-dye hippie type of shirts, and then paired up with a good pair of Asics runners, so he'll be real comfortable out in that desert vibe. Now, as far as the footwear, I'm having a hard time figuring out exactly what these are. These the Kayanos, or these like the Gel 1130s? I can't really point it out. So salute to my man Cal. The sneakers go crazy, but let us know which sneakers you got right here. And as far as being out there for Coachella out there in the desert, my only advice to you, Cal, would make sure you drink your water, stay hydrated, and safe out there. So as far as today's fit of the day, jump in the comments, get this one a rating 0 out of 10, and drop your feedback. And with those quick updates out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and jump here into today's big story, which we had a huge release go down today. This one was speculated on for weeks now. Insiders have been claiming that we were gonna see these joints drop in. I ain't even gonna lie, just even heading up to the release today, it was real quiet. Things were looking spooky. Everybody was just keeping their mouths closed, but it looks like the drop did go down, and it was even much better than expected. So we gotta give huge props to Nike for what I say, handling this release the right way. Now, as far as these Jordan 4 SBs, we actually saw these drop originally back in February around like the NBA All-Star weekend stuff and everything. So as far as the drop, that was a limited release. Since then, we've seen skate shops drop these, you know, how they felt choosing. So far, there's been a lot of pairs which have hit the streets early. We did recently get word that the EU, other regions, would be receiving exclusive access today via the SNKRS app. And as far as the US drop, it was looking like exclusive access was gonna be the way, but it actually turns out Nike decided to switch things up, and I feel like they actually handled this drop the best way possible. So rather than exclusive access, what we actually saw was Nike hit us with a good old-fashioned shock drop, but just not any old shock drop. This was actually a Nike sneakers scratch shock drop. So the way they did this one, Nike SB team member Eric Costin, he actually posted this up via his Instagram stories. First, he gave us a little teaser right here, talking about stay tuned to my IG stories around 11 a.m. PST for a treat. Then he's talking about over here, Nike SB, Jumpman 23, I worked with them to give you guys another chance at the Air Jordan SB Navy. So salute to our guy Eric, man, showing love to the people. Or was this all originally a part of the plan? And then shortly afterwards, he posted the link right here talking about available now, get them before they're gone, Air Jordan 4 SB shock drop. So once you click this link, it would then take you to the Nike scratch page, where you simply had to like kind of like scratch off the image with your finger or whatever to reveal a link to the sneakers. And then it looked like they had just like a whole bunch of sizes available for a decent amount of time. So as far as this drop, I'm seeing a lot of people had success, man. It was great to see Nike bless so many people. I'm not sure exactly what the stock numbers were looking like. They were saying 160,000 pairs of these were produced worldwide. As far as the sneakers drop, I would say probably today we maybe saw like, let's say maybe like a leftover 40,000 pairs. That's just my guess, which based off the fact that rather than doing this exclusive access draw like we saw for the Union, I feel like this sneaker scratch was the best way, because it wasn't just like advertised. You didn't get a notification or anything like via the SNKRS app, or maybe some people did get inbox or whatever. But as far as the shock drop, if you were following Eric over on Instagram. He went ahead and blessed everybody with the link. You just had to go ahead and scratch that joint off. And even like 10, 20 minutes after the drop, I was still seeing people getting W's. So that's a great way to go out with this release. Again, one of the more highly sought after drops. And it seems like for the people that wanted these were pretty accessible for the people. So again, I got to salute Nike. I felt like this was a great way to do this release rather than the exclusive access draw that we saw for the unions, which seemed to not go over too well for people that weren't blessed with access. This was a great way to show love for the people. One of the hottest drops of the year, and it feels like this was a release that the people could actually touch. Now, I don't want to see people out here saying because these joints were easy to cop that they're trash or anything like that. And as far as the release, it seems like there was a lot more of these to go around versus the Pine Green, which I guess dropped a couple of years ago. So rumor has it this could be the final Jordan SB release for at least for a while now, as it looks like they're shifting focus over to the Air Force as well as the Air Max 95. So what a great way to go out. A successful drive, which a lot of people were able to touch. Now, before we bounce, I did want to touch on the suspicious activity going on behind the scenes at GOAT. Last night, it was brought to many people's attention. I saw a lot of people talking about it on Twitter. People were commenting to me about it, messaging me that we saw a full size run of these joints hitting the GOAT app, listed for $260. So people were like, is GOAT running a sale? Like, are they backdooring pairs? Like, what's happening? And while I don't know exactly what's happening, we know GOAT somehow is in cahoots with Nike, as they've been releasing pairs through Nike and all kind of stuff happening behind the scenes. But my guess is that one of these boutiques, which had a shipment of these, basically just went ahead and backdoored them joints directly through the GOAT app. Rather than dropping these for the retail price, you know, they dropped them for like a little modest $260. That way they could just make like a little small minimal profit, make sure them joints were secured and sold out early. So as far as the $260 price tag, a lot of people snagged those up early ahead of the release. Was that a great move? I'm not really sure, just because it seemed like a lot of people were able to hit these joints for retail today. So again, like, I'm super hyped that Nike blessed the people and did this one the right way. So comment down below, let me know if you guys had success on this drop. Maybe I'm tripping and maybe it wasn't as easy as I thought, but from the way everything went down and from my experience with everything, it seemed like this was pretty much an easy cop. So you gotta love it. Salute to Nike, Jordan Brand on this drop. And if I'm wrong on this release, let me know how everything went down. Plus, if y'all had success on them Jackie Robinsons, let me know. Let me know if y'all caught the Amania 3s. And what do y'all think about them Cave Stone joints? So, JA News, enough rambling. I'm about to bounce. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out, y'all. Love.